Hello and welcome to the Bureau podcast. This week we're at Ruby Soho in Saigon and we introduce the Bureau Briefs. We reveal what's got us excited in F&B since our last episode, and we chat to our headliner, French animator Fred Serra. Are you ready, you two?
Yeah.
Ready. Let's get into it.
Yay!
Okay, thank you for joining me. I'm Matt Cowan, the Bureau Chief and host of the Bureau podcast. We have another cracking show for you this episode at the tail end of this quite damp, wet season, guys. Did you keep yourself dry this morning?
Yes. Always wet season where I'm from.
As usual, across from me is our pint-sized pontificator and someone who can recite all of the words of Tears for Fears songs, the Bureau's Chief Content Manager, Melanie Kasul.
I actually watched Tears for Fears live 2010 in concert.
Awesome. Mabuhay, Mel.
Hey.
And have you got a favourite song from Tears for Fears? I forgot to ask you that one.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course. And to my right, someone who always doesn't mind having a good old yak and who knows the name of every Red Hot Chili Peppers album ever made, the Bureau's chief photographer, Mike Palumbo. Howdy, Mike.
By the way, can't stop.
Nice. Nice one. Was that you I saw last night under the bridge downtown?
Baby.
I got you on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, great to see you guys and nice to be back in the hood again.
Yay.
For a change. District 7, Fumi Hung, the Foo, whatever you want to call it. Hey, K-Town. Okay,
Yeah.
we call it that. Whatever you want to call it, Mike. You've had to come from Bintan, right? So you're probably not that wrapped.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can see why you picked this place. You're like a stone's throw away from your apartment, so.
Yeah, okay. Now, just before we get into the nitty-gritty, perhaps for our non-Saigon listeners, we should explain how our great city is divided up. Seeing we're in District 7.
Yep.
What do you think? Should we give that a
sure.
go?
Go ahead.
I don't know. Do you guys know the history behind the naming of the districts? Because I've got no idea.
No, we should have Googled that. You go ahead.
I don't know.
Sorry, guys. Our preparation is
Yeah, come on, Mike.
all on me. Sorry.
A quick question. Do you know how many districts we have here in Saigon?
12.
12? 13?
12 numbered
Hang on.
districts.
Where's Mike? Yeah, that's the first wonk wonk for the day. Saigon's actually divided up into 24 districts, with some numbered and some named. Yep. As you know, Mike,
12 districts, numbered districts, right?
Well, I don't know. Actually,
well, I don't know total what the,
I can't
what the
remember.
numbered would. You know.
I think it's mostly numbered. So obviously we're in District 7 now. The centre of Saigon and the heart of Saigon is District 1 and District 3.
Yep.
Right. And Mike, you would have noticed this morning when you came out on the motorbike, you passed from Bintan into District 1.
Yep. District 4.
Across into District 4 and then into District 7 where we are. Yeah. So, it's not it's not divided up in sort of concentric circles or...
It's not chronological.
It's more like somebody took
Numerical
a bunch of names and then threw them up in the air, and when it landed on the table, they were like, all right, that's where District 1 is, that's where District 3 is, that's where District 2 is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that confused me a little bit when I first came too. Like, when people are planning to come here to live or for a holiday, they're planning their itineraries or where they might live, and it's like, hang on, I'm going to live. I think I might live in District 5 because that's next to District 4, which must be pretty close to District 1.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Now, what about? Have you heard that still to this day between locals, Saigon is still Saigon in District 1 and 3, whereas opposed to everything as a whole is Ho Chi Minh City.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's accurate, but I've heard it.
That's great.
I've heard it somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
I read it on an expats probably.
Or how about this? Maybe next time we'll play a game of Saigon Monopoly. Then we'll figure out the street names a little bit better.
No, we want to gain viewers, not lose. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, good point. So there you have it,
Viewers,
a little
listeners, sorry.
There you have it, a little bit about where we're coming from today. And speaking of where we're coming from, we're at one of District 7's and Saigon's most favourite bars, Ruby Soho.
Yeah.
Take a look around,
Look at
guys.
that.
It's an amazing place. How
Cue
about
the music. Cue the music.
Yeah, we need. I haven't got any.
It's
music
great.
here.
Well, obviously, from the name, we've got red walls. We've got a lot of music, iconography.
Lots of pop culture.
Yep.
Yeah, cartoon stuffs, and yeah.
I think it's your first time, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even know this place was existed.
Well, been around about 5 years now, so really well known in this part of Saigon. And a little bit later on, we're going to talk to Fred Serra, who's the owner of Ruby. He'll come and sit down and have a little bit of a chat with me, and we'll find out more about his history and what he's up to these days, which he's got some cool little projects coming up. Okay, well, I'm dropping a new segment today, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I've called it the Bureau Briefs.
Bureau briefs, as opposed to the bureau boxers.
Yeah. We know what Matt wears now.
Okay, righto, guys. Keep your minds out of the gutter, please. I haven't worn boxers in a long time. It's actually a segment where we tell each other
Tidy whities.
briefly what we got up to related to F&B since our last episode. It might be a dinner, event, festival, bar, whatever.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? I'm looking around here, Mike. Mike, I'm going to pick on you, I think. Have you got one?
Yeah. Well, let's see. I ain't got much. The Gin Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
was happening last weekend.
Oh, it was nearly 2 weeks ago now, wasn't it? Yeah.
Second annual Gin
Yeah.
Fest here in
How was
Ho
it?
Chi Minh.
Did you get along there? I'm setting you up here.
I couldn't make it for some weird reason.
Yeah,
I think that reason would be 2 words.
yeah.
In the words of Matt Cowan,
Later.
craft beer.
Oh yeah.
Get
yeah.
excited!
I'm not sure whether you could have made it anyway. Actually,
Alex did.
Hey, wait.
Alex did.
There is a thing called a wheelbarrow. You're just put sunglasses on me and just push me through.
I was just sort of more worried about myself. Actually, I tend to get a bit excited at those events and. Great beer.
Yeah.
I think there are
Hashtag get excited.
Yeah.
Get
What
excited.
did you do, Matt?
What for? How long? And what? I went around. Well, I had Alex with me and you guys, of course, and we did a little video which is upcoming in the next week or so about our experience, the Bureau's experience at the Hua Beer Festival, and fair to say we sampled quite a few beers there. A lot of new
How
beers
many
too.
stalls were there?
Well, I
can't
think
remember.
there were about 40 vendors
Oh,
all up,
wow,
and about 25.
It really
different
didn't
brands.
seem that many.
No.
I don't know.
Well, it
I
was
don't know
a huge
why.
area.
Well, it was an amazing space,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I think
That's
it's one
great.
of the best events I've
Yeah.
ever been to in Saigon.
And the
yep.
toilets were so amazingly clean. Like that lady that was, she was
Yeah.
like, how to say it, a toilet Nazi.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
No toilet for you.
no toilet for you, no toilet for you. And then she was like just on everyone's back. It's like, no puking here, no vomiting there. You can't wash your glasses there. She was on it, and she had a team.
Well, that was a totally different experience from what I had in the male toilet. So good to know that I did end up in the male toilets. They just pretty much let us go
Do whatever you
and
want.
do what we usually sort of do.
Pretty sure I saw somebody pissing in the in the drain.
Oh, right.
yeah.
What? Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised. That was a lie.
I don't
guys.
know how you could have seen that through your puffy eyes at that stage, Mike.
But it was a success. I mean, applause.
Maybe I imagined it.
Let's do the applause,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Great work, guys. Of course, the organisers there, Rehab Station, Teoi Moi, and Fuji Zakura Beer. I always get that a bit muddled up. So they did
It's definitely a mouthful to say.
an awesome job. I think there were something like 1,300 people
Wow.
through the gate on the Friday night. So I don't know how many they got on the Saturday.
Wow, that's
just on
amazing.
Friday they had
Just on,
13?
just on Friday night. That was the word going around. Young Tuan
Yeah.
from Rehab Station, he told me on the Saturday they'd had about 1,300 through by their estimates. So, good chance they probably had about 3,000 people go through.
That's amazing.
Over the weekend. So, huge effort, massive.
I would like to get his opinion on what he thought was busier, Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if he's dried out yet.
Haven't heard from him. I haven't seen him post on Facebook either.
He hasn't surfaced. So we might have to duck over to rehab station at some stage during the week and
find out
and hit him up, try and unearth him.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Yeah.
Still need some water?
And what about you, Mel? What's got you excited over the...
Well, in the past week, you and we were invited to New World Saigon Hotel.
Yeah,
and
amazing.
They had a week-long Malaysia Week food festival.
Yep.
And it was spearheaded by the executive chef, Alexander Chong, who is Malaysian. And so that was like 1 week of buffet dinners.
Yep.
Well, we didn't go there for a week. We went during the opening.
I wouldn't have minded.
A week-long dinner?
I mean, you could easily spend a month in that place.
I know.
New World's massive.
Yeah.
Hey, question. They had like what was the jar? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
They had like a jar of sambal that they
it is a sambal.
What was the picture that was printed on it? Was that like a...
The chef.
The chef
That was,
who
that was
made
a
it.
chef.
The actual
Because it
chef.
looked like you in because of the glasses.
So that when you went to the buffet, you actually could get a free bottle of Chef Alexander's sambal.
Oh, yeah.
But
Amazing
of course,
stuff,
I forgot it.
Yeah, we got a
I
bit...
was just going to ask you if y'all took
I
it
know,
home too.
I forgot it.
I'm sure you can go in there, Mel, and chat them up and they'll fling one your way.
So amazing food. We had the nasi lemak, of course, and I think I had like 2 servings, 2 to 3. Lobster curry laksa, chicken satay, beef rendang, and for dessert, I had the Michael Jackson Tetarik drink with grass jelly squares. I know it's so politically incorrect, but apparently it got named when Michael Jackson's black and white song and music video was popular at the time.
Oh, we're going back a bit. Yeah. I don't know if Mike was born at that point. Yeah.
I was, yeah.
Oh, you were.
And then the onde onde. So these are like
yes.
gluttonous rice balls with palm sugar in the middle, made of pandan and dehydrated coconut.
Yep.
It's a traditional dessert from Malacca.
Yep. Yeah, I think I'm going to quit everything I'm doing at the moment to open up a little stall. One of those little onde, how do you say it, Mel? Onde. Amazing little things. You bite into them and it just oozes that palm sugar.
Would you compare that to like a halo halo?
No, the halo halo would be the sendol equivalent in Malaysian cuisine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. That was some interesting stuff there in the bureau briefs. We'll bring out the bureau briefs next time.
All right, next up is the bureau boxers, guys.
All right, no, actually, the next one up is Get Excited.
Get excited!
This segment is called Get Excited. It's a segment where we tell each other what bar, restaurant, cafe, drink, trend, event, or food we should all be getting excited about, specifically in Saigon. Mel, you're jumping up and down as usual. Looks like you want to go first. What do you got for us?
Well, I'm excited actually about the newest campaign coming out of my home country, the Philippines.
Okay, nice. Yep.
So this is the campaign from the Philippine Department of Tourism, and they've joined up with Jollibee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the campaign is called Eats More Fun in the Philippines.
Okay.
So it's coming off from the very successful global campaign that they've had called It's More Fun in the Philippines.
Right, yeah.
So
that was
now,
a huge campaign, wasn't it? Super successful. Yep.
Lots of memes coming out from that campaign. So now they're focusing on trying to, get more tourists to come to the Philippines because not only of our beaches, but because of our food, which is actually very tough to do because as maybe you guys know, Filipino food doesn't really have a good reputation globally. It's fatty.
Yep.
It's just pork.
My gut is a case in point at the moment. I blame you, Mel.
We don't have any vegan options, so traditionally it's a lot of savory, sweet, porky.
I got to say, though, the home-cooked Filipino food you know, like most cuisine, probably every cuisine, you know, is amazing, the home-cooked stuff. But obviously the average traveller doesn't get to try the home-cooked food. But yeah, that's awesome. And the market food, of course, as well.
Sure.
A few years back, we went to Vegan.
Yep.
Is my pronunciation right?
Vegan. That's right.
I think I said vegan the other day at Ratchet Room, and Chris looked at me and was like,
What? Filipino
but
vegan food?
Vegan. It's a town in the sort of north central part of Luzon, which is the main island.
It's a UNESCO heritage town.
I thought you were going to say the vegan expat foodies Facebook. We're going to blow up on you about that one.
We might get to that a little bit later on.
I'm sorry, guys, did I hit a nerve?
We're going to have a new segment on that. So yeah, I hope that campaign could, you know, hopefully change the reputation of Filipino cuisine worldwide, and obviously get more tourists to our shores.
Yeah, I think it will. And the other place I was going to mention too was Binondo in Manila. Chinatown, the world's oldest Chinatown. It has some pretty wicked.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I would have never have guessed it would have been in the Philippines.
I've got an article on the Bureau Asia, Mike, just in case you want to read it. It's been there for a little while. But,
I don't think I missed that one. I think.
I know. Yeah. You get a bit lost in all that. But yeah, you know, Binondo, the food there. I can't remember the name. Oh, the Siopao.
It's like a bao.
It's like a bun bao, like we would have here. Mike, what's got you all juiced up lately?
Ooh, juiced up?
Can you hear that?
The rain.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
I don't know about juiced up, but I couldn't think of a pun for that one. But anyway, so I believe East West Brewery has imported a bunch of maybe oak barrels or some kind of a aging barrel to do aged beer in, and that's something that I have not seen in the city. And I have not tried yet. So
I think only the aged cocktails, right, or the aged barrel aged spirits that we've seen.
I don't know if it's in the same category as aged whiskey, but I assume they're old whiskey barrels.
Perhaps. I wonder where they got them from. Unless they're from Dalat. Maybe from yeah, that's caught my eye as well. So that'll be really interesting to see what they're going to do with that. I'm kind of getting excited. Are you going to ask me what I'm excited about?
What about you, Matt? What are you excited about?
Now that you've asked, I'm excited about Jay Moore's new bar that he's got in the pipeline. It's called Summer Experiment.
Ooh, but it's rainy season.
Yeah, but it's always summer in Saigon.
True.
And it's an experiment. But he keeps teasing us with updates on Facebook, especially lately. He's bombarding us with, what's coming up. I spoke to him yesterday, actually, and he said they're just about to tap the beer barrels up. So they're nearly ready to go. It's been in the pipeline for a long time.
It's a long summer.
Of course.
Where's the location of it again?
It's on Litu Chom. Litu Chom Street in District 1. Just up the road from Seoul Kitchen and Bar.
Okay,
and not that far from East West as well. Of course, Jay's well known for Layla Eatery and Bar, so he's been on the scene for quite a while now. So no doubt it'll be awesome. And when I was talking to him yesterday, he describes his concept as new age garden craft.
Ooh, new age garden.
Definitely different. Haven't heard that in Saigon yet. And it's about, the concept is farm to bar and bar to farm.
Organic ingredients.
Well, and sustainable drinks.
Cool.
Those sort of closed loop cocktails, perhaps using the leftovers or the cut-offs from the kitchen or whatever to use in your drinks.
Wow, that should be exciting.
Yeah, it'll be really good. Yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, guys, so that's what's got us excited in food and beverage in Saigon since our last episode. Now, Mel and Mike, I want to pop this one on you. I want to give you a quiz.
Ooh, we're in Ruby Soho. It's a pub. Pub quiz.
I thought, why not? Why not? We're in a place here where it's all about music and pop culture. So I knocked up a few questions this morning, and let's see how it goes.
When did they do?
Hey?
The quiz. Oh, it's a pop quiz. You have to submit it
you said you knocked up a couple of questions, and I said, when do they do?
Oh, hang on. Let me. Where's the wonk? Where's the wonk?
I hate having to explain jokes, guys. Come on.
All right, so it's a food and bev theme. So the first one, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. There's no real rules. You've just got to answer. And
Best 3 out of 5?
And the winner gets a muffin or something like that. So
Okay.
first question, Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I want to take ya.
Beach Boys.
This is the opening line to what song might
Cocktails.
No.
I believe you. It's one on. Wait, how is this? What is the structure of this? Because
You've just
Mel's the student that's like, oh, I know.
You got to get up with it, Mike. Come on. So it's the opening line to what song?
Cocktails.
No.
Beach Boys.
It's the Beach
No.
Boys. Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Beach
Beach
Boys.
Boys song.
To Bermuda, Bahama, come on.
Kokomo.
Yes.
That's it,
Well
yep.
done, Mel. Good stuff.
I had to sing it
Very good one.
to get jog my memory.
I win.
And number 2, what movie was it the title track of?
Cocktails.
Okay, yes, Mel, very good. Flying here. In the song, there's a line that goes, bodies in the sand, something melting in your hand.
M&M's.
Sorry, melting your hand. What is the something?
Body
You're not allowed to
lotion.
look.
Wait, no.
allowed to look.
Repeat it.
Okay, so in the Kokomo song, there's a line that goes, bodies in the sand, something melting your hand or melting in your hand. I think I made a bit of a
Lipstick.
typo. No.
Suntan oil.
Think about our food and beverage, drink.
Well,
Ice,
drink. I was
ice,
gonna say
ice.
drink.
Very close.
Cocktail.
Close.
Alcohol.
No, tropical drink. So bodies in...
Oh, come
You
on.
get a
That's
half point.
a half point for that
Okay.
one.
Okay,
Half
all
point,
right,
half point.
okay,
Yeah, do the wah, wah,
No,
wah.
I'll give
Yeah.
you a drum beat. Okay. So now this might be a little bit of a tricky one. What other loose references to F&B or drinks, hint, hint, are in the song names of the Cocktails soundtrack? Do you
Oh
remember?
my God. I don't even.
It's a tricky one. I just threw this one in here to tease you a little
Is there a
bit.
clue?
I may have been in the single digit age when I saw that movie.
All right, this one is a bit tough. One of them is Hippie Hippie Shake.
Is a hippie shake.
Yeah.
Like, okay, milkshake.
Mike's.
Milkshake?
Yeah, okay. The other one is All Shook Up.
Hashtag fuck you guys.
And the other one, Tutti Frutti.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. Now, question number 5, Hotel California by the Eagles is huge here.
Yes.
Karaoke, yeah.
But what lesser known song do they have named after a famous cocktail popular in the 80s?
The Eagles, you
Yes.
mean? Oh.
There was also a
Tequila
movie.
Tequila
If
Sunrise.
you like
Yes,
a pina
well
colada.
done.
No? Oh,
Actually,
Tequila
forgot-
Sunrise.
yeah.
I forgot about that one. That is one of my favourite songs of all times. The 90s alternative rock band, the Presidents of the United States of
Yeah?
America, saying that they were moving to the country. What were they going to do
Eat
there?
a lot of peaches.
Yes.
Now you're in my
Very
generation.
good. Okay.
Now this when
I
this
knew you'd get that one.
when this song came around, I was like, done.
Okie doke.
Wait. Where are we at on points wise? Because I think Mel and I are tied.
Yeah, we're tied.
Yeah, I think you're tied at the moment.
2-all.
This will be interesting.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of a tiebreaker. 80s British novelty band Black Lace's biggest hit was Agadoo.
What?
In the opening line of that song, what do
All right,
they
Mel, it's a draw.
what do they push and what do they shake?
A martini glass. Oh, a martini shaker.
Agadoo.
no.
Wait, sorry, Matt. How does it go again? Could you sing it? Sing a little bit louder.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to.
Yeah, we call it draw. Are you good?
Could you hum it?
We're a draw. We're a draw.
You don't know.
No.
They push a pineapple and shake the tree. Agadoo.
Wow.
A little bit louder for the audience, Matt.
Anyway, moving on. Number 8. What all-girl band sang Venus?
Oh, Bananarama.
Yes,
Yep.
Mel. Well
Damn
done.
it.
Very good. Damn it.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
Number 9. The King of Calypso, Harry Belafonte. He's still alive, by the
Oh,
way.
wow.
He had a massive hit with the song Day-O. First question. The lyrics go, work all night on a drink of what?
Rum.
Yes. And second question, what did he stack until the daylight come?
Money.
No.
No.
I don't know.
He's the king of calypso music. Tropics.
Banana.
Yes, that's right. Bananas. Well done, Mel.
Work all night, then you just stack a banana.
All right, let's move on quickly. We've got to get rid of this segment, I think, next time. To win this quiz, sing the following lyrics from the same song. I think you've already sung the lyrics to it. Or the chorus?
Drink all night, and I don't know.
Right. Oh, wait, what song? Show you.
It's the same song.
Oh. Mel wants it.
Deo, the Caribbean.
Okay, all right. I think that's pretty. Okay, thank you very much. And I think the winner this.
Not all Filipinos can sing karaoke.
I think the winner of this is.
Me.
Okay, Mel, you can have that. Well done. Well, he needs little introduction in this neck of the woods, and indeed to a lot of young animation fans who know him as one of the creators of the animated cartoon television series Oggy and the Cockroaches. To me, he's Fred, the French guy who owns one of the coolest bars in town. Of course, here we are at Ruby Soho. Fred, Sarah, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good to see you. Good to see you. You've got a fantastic place here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
nice to hear.
You've been open now for about 5 years, I think. Is it 5?
8 now.
8, is
near,
it?
Near 8.
Oh, okay, I was wrong earlier. 8 years in this space.
Yeah. 8 years. It's a whole place now.
Has it changed much since then?
Not really. In fact, 4 years ago, we changed the design of the bar.
Okay.
Changed for an Iceland bar.
Yep.
It's more convenient for the people. It's a neighborhood bar here, and finally most of the people, they know each other. Yeah. It's look like a small club.
Yeah, it is like a small club, and it's a very unique place, not only in District 7 but in Saigon.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think there's any other places around like it. Yep.
In fact, I try to change the decoration regularly and make the people feel
so anyone who can't see, who's not watching this on YouTube, the place is like floor to ceiling photos and drawings of famous movie scenes.
Illustration, music, musician portrait, and I try to change it. It's never the same thing.
So just going back to your work, I guess previously with Oggy and the Cockroaches.
Yeah, but
who are they?
Actually, you say then I was one of the creators, but I'm not. Actually, I used to work for the studio who make the TV show Oggy and the Cockroaches.
Right.
The creator is a Frenchman, based in at the studio Xilam, in Paris.
Right.
So, but the TV show is made in Saigon.
And it is made in Saigon,
that's the reason why I work on this show
for years. Is it still being produced? Or?
Oh yeah. Still.
Right. Okay. All right. That's amazing. That's awesome stuff. So, you're pretty famous in the animation world in these parts.
I don't really know, but
in District 7 anyway.
In District 7, sure.
Awesome. Let's talk a little bit more about Ruby. I mean, that's why we're here today. We wanted to combine, I guess the Bureau's love of food and beverage and music and characters like yourself, people like yourself in Saigon. What's the most popular drink here? What do people drink out in District 7?
Oh, actually, it's a pub here. Most of the people, they like to drink beer, but cocktail also.
Yep.
Red wine also. It's
right.
a lot of people.
You're usually here, sitting here at the end of the bar. So it's a very, as you said, sort of a neighbourly, friendly place to come to.
Something like this. Yeah. Some of the people here, they come. Yeah, every day they feel like home.
Yeah, right. And open from 3 p.m. I think I have in the past seen a little bit of a lineup out the front waiting for you to open up at 3 p.m.
Yeah, it's happened.
And, your regular customers getting a bit cranky. It's like, Fred, it's 3:01 p.m. Open those bloody doors.
Few of my regulars have the key.
Oh, right, okay. All right, well, I think I might start spending a little bit more time here so I can get myself one of those keys.
I will give you one.
Awesome. I'll probably lose it anyway. I lose most things. I'll probably have to hang it around my neck, I guess. Do you have any other sort of things that you're doing at the moment, or do you have any free time? Or
I work on several things at the moment.
Right.
At the moment, I work for character design for future TV show.
Okay.
For a French studio also.
Right.
I also make a tattoo project for one man who wants a full tattoo back.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, so you're not actually a tattooist.
No, I'm not a tattooist.
But you've done the design.
Yeah, but I make the design and.
So, Fred, I'm just looking around the place here. I think I recognise just about every actor and everything that's sort of adorning your walls here. So I'm showing my age a little bit. And, obviously it's a place that I like to come into and sit at the bar and listen to the playlists that you've got. You've always... It's a very different place because often you go to bars in District 1 and sometimes it's the playlist that drives me out of the place, It's either too loud or the music is like YouTube tracks. I believe you've got another project underway as well, which is the Ruby Soho radio station. Tell me a little bit about that. I'm curious about it.
In fact, the music here, I work on my playlist for years and years. And I try to be really eclectic in my selection, but also try to have something like... the people will feel surprised to hear some song they maybe forget,
Right.
And
which is important when you're living overseas as a foreigner. You have the link between music and memories. Yeah,
and because I'm really passionate by the music, and now I try to work on a radio station. It's on the good way. It's a very long walk. Technically, it's not really easy.
Right.
But
so when you say radio station, what does that mean? Does it mean that you actually sort of transmit over the airwaves, or like a traditional kind of radio?
It's a web radio. Actually,
right. Okay.
You can very soon we can listen this with phone apps, website, and things like this.
Okay.
And and I work on some live program also at the moment.
Right.
At the moment, it's just music.
Okay. Right.
But finally,
it's coming together.
It's the sound of the bar at the moment.
Yeah, right. Okay. So have you ever thought of the idea of perhaps creating playlists for restaurants and bars around the city? Because like I said before, sometimes you go into a restaurant or bar and it's just like, oh my God, what are they playing here? Is that something that is there a market?
I did some already.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I did some for some French bar in France.
Yep.
If you go to the restaurant named Casablanca Moroccan Cuisine on Letanton, they have one of my playlists also.
Right.
And I prepare another one for them at the moment.
Okay.
So I try to a punk pub also have one of my playlists. It's
a punk pub?
Yeah.
Where's that?
It's in France also.
Oh, in France. Okay. All right. I was thinking, wow, there's a punk place here, but I wouldn't be surprised with the way things open up and close down and open up again in Saigon. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a punk place. There's probably, they're underground. There'd probably be underground punk places in Saigon, right?
Yeah, sure. But I try, to place some of my playlist.
Right. Okay. Yep. And so if anyone was interested in listening to any of your playlists, where can they find you online?
So So, in fact, my playlists are not online. Only you can listen to the playlist only on the radio, but it's a specific playlist just for the radio.
Okay.
After that, I have all my own playlist here in the bar.
Right.
And I change, it depends of the atmosphere of the day.
Okay.
Sometimes it would be more rock or soul.
Or rainy day like today. What would you play today?
At this time, I will try to be not too hard and a bit slow, but maybe a mix of modern hip-hop and lounge music and maybe classic rock also.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah. Okay. And where can we find you online? Like you've got a Facebook page,
yes,
right?
Actually, I have a temporary page for the radio. Just name Ruby Soho Saigon Radio.
Okay.
You can find it on Google.
Okay.
But we work at the moment on the real website with podcast and everything. So,
okay. All right. Sounds really exciting, Fred. Thank you for that.
Thanks to you.
Okay, so that was Fred Serra. What an interesting guy. Hey? Hey?
Thanks, Fred.
Yeah, awesome. Now it's time for the classifieds. So welcome back, Mike and Mel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Great to be back.
What have you guys been up to while I was chatting to Fred? Anyway, this is a segment where we give a shout out to some of the podcasters that we follow in Vietnam and or the region. Mike, what you got? You got anything?
Well, to be honest, I don't know many. And I've done some research with some Southeast Asian podcasts in particular, not just Vietnam or Saigon.
You look so serious when you...
And yes, I am...
Like a newsreader.
And that's the way... No.
Okay, that's not a bad way of saying you got F all.
Yeah, well, to say the least, they were very monotone and boring. And,
okay. Oh, right. Okay.
Like, this is the news in Hong Kong today, and it's stale. Yeah.
I hope we don't sound like that.
What did you find out?
Google. And then also you could type in on like Spotify, for example.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Spotify's
just put in Southeast Asian, like all the...
Yep.
Yeah. What do they talk about?
Just news, local life in particular. I mean, local expat life. But they were South Asia and Southeast Asia, and it was just mostly like, because there's so much going on in Hong Kong right now. That kind of overwhelmed a lot of the podcast, but like the audio was really bad, and it's just it's hard to listen to, and all the other ones are just backpacker. Like, hey, I flew into Bangkok for the first time, and it smells bad, and blah blah blah. You know, it's
Well, I hope we contribute something else to that list.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to 7 Million Bikes.
Oh yeah,
have you heard of that one?
Yep.
It's a fellow Saigon podcast that features people that live here, and they share their individual stories and experiences. So a bit of a shout out there to Neil McKay. I hope I said that right. Neil McKay or Mackay, I'm not sure. He's a Glaswegian living here in Saigon, been here since 2016. And he's an amateur stand-up comic as well. So he's he gives
Does he do jokes on his podcast too?
Well, no, I don't think so. He's a little bit more serious. He tries to delve into the psyche of people living here and why they live here and that sort of thing.
Interesting.
It would be good if he did if he tried some of his.
Yeah, but that's really cool. Like on stage, his on-stage persona is funny, and then his podcast persona is a bit serious.
Yeah, he's also involved quite heavily in the community as well. He organises a charity. I can't actually remember. We went to, I think we were at East West one night when he was hosting a charity event.
It was for ILA, for kids to learn English in rural areas, I believe.
That's great.
So he's involved in a lot of worthwhile activities around the city. Check out his podcast. It's called 7 Million Bikes, a Saigon podcast. It's well worth a listen.
Awesome.
Mel, what do you got?
Okay, so...
here we go again. Am I the only one who does my homework?
No, okay, to be honest, the only podcast I listen to is the Bureau podcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Are there violins in this?
No, we're paying the world's smallest violin for you right now.
So, well, anyway, since I knew I wasn't going to be giving a sizable contribution to this segment,
wish I'd known that.
I've come to offer some marketing facts and figures instead. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
All right, so I'm going to quote two things this episode. First is from eMarketer. So eMarketer is a research company. You look like one of my students looking at the clock.
Sorry,
I'm not even wearing a watch.
I got a text message, and that was real.
I'm waiting for the yawn.
So according to eMarketer, it's a well-respected industry research company for everything digital. Podcasts are fast becoming popular with U.S. digital audio listeners.
Okay.
And of course, advertisers are jumping on the bandwagon.
Not on this one.
Most advertisers on U.S. podcasts are what we call direct-to-consumer brands, D2C brands. Right. So for them, they like podcasts because of two reasons. First, podcast listeners are active, engaged, and committed compared to other more passive mass media channels. So basically, people who listen to podcasts actually subscribe to podcasts.
Right.
Okay, so you have a captive audience.
Yep.
And second, the storytelling element helps hosts make the spot their own. So whether you're a, man on the street host or you're a celebrity host, basically the brands that...
Where do I fit?
Oh, you're a micro-influencer, Mr. Cowan.
Oh, wow. I don't know what that is.
When do you step up from micro to
macro?
To macro.
So basically, hosts make the products and services that they put on their podcasts, I guess, more contextualized is that thing.
Okay.
However, in Asia, I'd like to mention a more pragmatic outlook. So this is an article that I read in a website called Tech in Asia. So it's a little bit older.
Okay, yeah, I know those guys. Yeah.
So 2017 article. And this is the title that I read. U.S. on the verge of podcasting boom, but little is happening in Asia.
Okay.
So basically, as compared to the UK and the US, Asia podcasts aren't that mainstream yet.
Right.
Okay. There are two problems. The first one lies in the discovery process. How do you find newsworthy podcasts to listen to?
Yep.
So currently it rests on the listener's initiative and interest.
Right.
Really to identify the podcast. And
and presumably there's a language thing as well.
Sure.
In the States, obviously, majority English language speakers,
That's right?
So in Asia, it's there's a real patchwork of languages.
Yeah.
So it would be a little bit difficult.
But I guess, we have platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Podcasts, all of which, by the way, the Bureau podcast can be found.
Nice one. Nice plug.
So that was like an article in 2017, and of course things
not so long ago.
Getting better. And to wrap it up, second hurdle, similar to Asia, UK, and US, is advertising revenue.
Right.
So it's really hard to get podcasts, to go on because advertising is sparse, and that's hard to get because the analytics and the metrics of the effectivity of your brand message is hard to show.
Okay.
How to show. Yep. Hard to show for, basically.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Well.
Okay, thanks for that, Mel. That's just about it for this episode. Thank you for joining me, guys. I appreciate it. That's where you say, thanks
for having us.
Just amazing.
Thanks for having us.
Can we keep going? Before we go, I'd like to thank Fred Serra for letting us visit today.
Yay, thanks, Fred.
Thank you, Fred. We really appreciate it, Fred. And if you ever find yourself out this way in District 7, which I think you should, I'm biased, I know, I live here, but pop into Ruby Soho for a drink and tell them the Bureau sent ya. Yeah. Now, don't forget to go to our website, thebureauasia.com, for plenty of stories and info about Vietnam and the region. And you can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Where at, Mike?
At the Bureau Asia.